An unforgettable day spent in Brussels, the capital of Belgium, and the Ardennes forests of Belgium, where I witnessed the beautiful interaction of humans and nature. I am now planning to head back in time on a voyage through a millennium. This is Luxembourg, a wondrous place where past and present meet. This trip takes a total of 11 hours by plane from South Korea. There are 3 countries that make up Benelux, a small but powerful national coalition in Western Europe. I leave the border regions of Belgium and Luxembourg and head for Dinant, a city in the highlands of Belgium. The course of a river from France cuts through the city of Dinant. The people of the city have built many bridges in this area to connect one town with another. While riding over one of the famous bridges, something catches my attention.
여기 처음 들어오다 보니까 아주 화려한 색소폰들이 이렇게 다 서 있어요. 방문객을 맞이하는데 여기가 색소폰 처음 만든 알폰소 색소라는 사람의 고향이래요.
Dinant is where the saxophone, an instrument that is played widely around the world, originated.
알폰소 색소 아저씨가 여기 앉아 계세요. 이게 이제 지금은 이게 이 지역의 상징이 되었어요. 색소폰. 같이 앉아.
200 years ago, the young Adolphe invented the saxophone in his hometown. His invention has brought many people to this place since then. Apart from the saxophone, Dinant is also famous for something else. Located atop a cliff 90 meters tall, the citadel has been well known since the Roman era. There is a faster and easier way to get to the citadel than taking the 400 stairs. It's by cable car, which extends from the entrance to the top.
우와, 정말 아름다운데요? 야.
The view of the town that was invisible from the ground now lies spread out beneath my feet. I arrive at the very top. The walls of the citadel give off an ancient castle-like appearance. I pass through the gate and head towards the court. There is one reason why many tourists visit this very spot.
정말 너무 멋있는 뷰, 정말 멋있는 전망이에요.
It is this picturesque view surrounding the citadel. The citadel embraces the entire town, which has retained its medieval feel. Although Dinant is one of the most beautiful cities in Belgium, powerful European countries vied to take possession of this land in the past.
Je vous l'ai dit, d'un côté on a l'Allemagne, d'un côté on a la France. Si vous voulez passer de l'Allemagne à la France plus rapidement en faisant tout le tour par le...
This ancient citadel continues to protect the land at the forefront of Belgium. It is a root of the prosperity of present-day Belgium. This is a country that has never yielded, despite endless uproar. I arrive at another powerful Belgian city. It is Bruges, a simple city located in the northwest of Belgium. What could be taking place here? A throng of people fill the streets. Even police officers roam the area.
오늘 무슨 날이 특별한 날인 것 같은데?
Is it the special day today? There are many people here. What's the?
It's the Holy Blood parade, a big parade with
big
the
parade,
animals, the people on horses and all things with the Holy Blood.
Holy
around.
blood.
Holy Blood.
The procession of the Holy Blood is Belgium's biggest parade. Having begun in the 13th century, it brings in 40,000 people from all over Europe each year. I look forward to this event, as it is Europe's oldest and most sacred religious event, and has been protected by the UNESCO World Heritage List since 2009. Rows of chairs line the street where the parade will be.
이제 퍼레이드가 시작될 그 길인 것 같아요. 의자들을 보니까. 근데 저기 의자들은 5유로? 의자를 타는 것도 아니고.
Would you like to rent a chair?
What is that?
It's for Holy Blood procession. It's once a year in Bruges. It's really beautiful to see.
So I can see them and look
Yes.
at them. It's 5 euro.
Yes, everywhere, same price.
What is that?
It's the name of someone who buys it.
someone's cooking.
Yes.
These rows of chairs in the street have become part of festival tradition. The idea was adopted by merchants as a way of earning income and to have people watch the parade comfortably.
그 모든 것들의 가격을 매기는 그러나 기분 나쁘지 않고 효율적으로 뭔가 팔거리를 만들어내는 게 참 대단한 것 같아요.
The parade is close to starting. The busiest people during this time are the Bruges residents participating in the parade. I visit the waiting room to see them practicing. Their costumes are quite unique. Each person's costume harks back to the parade's origins.
Goes around since so many years now, since the Middle Ages. So it remembers the bringing back of the Holy Blood from the Holy Lands to Bruges by Diederik von den Elzas.
They say that a robe stained with Jesus' blood is kept in a church in Bruges. It is an item that has embodied their identity ever since a Bruges resident brought it from Jerusalem in the 13th century. The parade finally begins as a band starts playing. It is a large-scale parade that is put on by 1,500 Bruges residents. The parade begins from the church where Jesus' robe lies and returns to the same place after traveling the long distance of 1 kilometer. The procession of the Holy Blood is made up of the reenactment of 27 stories from the Old and New Testaments, including Jesus' resurrection and Adam and Eve's banishment.
성경의 스토리를 처음부터 끝까지 중요한 씬을 다 보여주는 거예요. 근데 그거를 너무 재미난 게 아주 이렇게 복장이나 모든 것들을 너무 잘 만들어서 성경을 몰라도 이렇게 느낄 수 있게끔 보여주네요.
From the Carolyn performance which was an instrument used in church during medieval times, to a traditional dance giving praise to God. Watching this parade is like seeing a play. This long-time tradition, which originated with Jesus' blood-stained robe, surpasses religion and displays great power. Furthermore, because anyone can participate in the parade, regardless of age, gender, status, or position, it has become a significant source of uniting God and believers, and people and their neighbors as one. The parade comes to an end after 3 hours with a final ritual. Inside the golden box is Jesus' sacred blood-stained robe. Further filming was prohibited, but I learned a lot about Belgium today and made precious memories.
Ça réunit la communauté, ça fait un moment convivial, même si on n'est pas forcément croyant. Voilà, ça mélange tout, c'est bien.
오늘 행사 보니까 여러 사람들이 와가지고 유럽에 여러 사람들이 와서 구경하고 하는데 우리나라는 역사가 더 기니까 소스가 더 많고 스토리가 있잖아요. 그거를 뭔가 멋지게 행사로 만들 수 있지 않을까, 멋진 축제로 만들 수 있지 않을까 그런 생각.
My adventure in the Benelux countries continues. My next destination is none other than Belgium's neighbor, Luxembourg. Luxembourg is twice the area of Jeju Island and has a population of 510,000 people. However, it is known as a small but powerful country in Europe. What could be the reason for the country's paradoxical description? I've come to Luxembourg to trace my way to the answer. As I walk through the maze-like streets of the city, I spot a quote on the wall of an old building.
저 글귀가 굉장히 건물에 써 있는 글귀가 굉장히 인상적인데요. 우리인 채로 남고 싶다. 아주 비장미까지 느껴지는 저 글귀에서 그 룩셈부르크가 그 열강들 사이에서 작은 나라지만 자기들을 잘 지켜온 어떤 자존심 그런 것들이 느껴지는 글귀네요.
The people of Luxembourg had difficulties living freely, having been stuck between powerful countries. Their will to keep their identity and live as they are later produced a relic. About 400 meters, a view embracing a 1,000-year-long history spreads out beneath the city wall. A city of ancient fortifications built in the midst of nature. The people of Luxembourg have preserved the appearance of the city for 1,000 years until now.
도심 한복판에 이렇게 중세 모습 그대로 잘 보존되어 있는 것도 너무 신기하고 마치 과거 중세 어디에 제가 와 있는 듯해요.
Even throughout endless wars between powerful nations like Germany and France, Luxembourg protected its identity. It currently has a hold of leading foreign banks thanks to its geographical advantages. And developed as a wealthy nation with an average national income of over $100,000. This is a result of their efforts to stand firm despite being trampled on for 1,000 years.
나폴레옹이 왜 룩셈부르크가 유럽의 골동품이라고 말했는지 좀 알 것 같아요. 어떻게 시내 한복판에 천년이 넘은 요새와 성곽이 이렇게 잘 보존이 되었는지 너무 놀랍네요.
Then, what's the lifestyle of this ancient city like? They say that markets are the best places to visit if you want to understand the lifestyle of people in that region. This is a traditional market that only happens on weekends. I sense a lot of vitality here. Ham and cheese can be seen everywhere, as this is the home of the dairy industry. But the cheese here looks quite different.
우리나라 매주 같아요. 냄새도 매주 냄새랑 아주 비슷한데요. 이렇게 발효를 오래 하는 거는 그런 냄새 같은 비슷한 이렇게 꼬링꼬링한 그런 냄새가 나나 봐요. 그만큼 아주 건강하다는 거죠.
Combien d'années ou combien de mois c'est
2 ans.
Ah, 2 ans, ok.
One store in particular has a lot of customers. Markets are always bound to have that one special place that draws endless customers.
Merci, au revoir. Très bonne fin de journée. Messieurs, dames, bonjour. Madame.
What could people be buying here?
C'est fabriqué où? Quel pays? Montélimar. Montélimar en France.
Le sud-est de la France.
Sud-est de la France.
A snack made with honey, egg whites, and nuts. Nougat first originated in France, but it is now the main snack in Luxembourg.
우리나라 엿이랑 비슷해요. 근데 그 엿 안에 여러 가지 이렇게 견과류 같은 거를 넣어서 굉장히 다양하게 그러니까 아주 뭐 견과류를 넣거나 캐러멜을 넣거나 과일을 넣거나 해서 다양한 엿을 만든 것 같아요.
Is it famous, this nougat?
It's famous and it's very sweet, but very good.
Uh-huh,
Very
yes. You are from where then?
From Germany.
Germany,
Germany.
yeah.
Unlike French nougat, which only contains honey and almonds, this nougat contains more varied ingredients and is much more popular.
First time when we were, probably almost 45 years ago. First
45 years ago,
Yeah.
it means when you
Visiting our grandmother who lived here.
You are a sweet bowling.
You want some? Take some. Take some. Yeah, this is a travel channel, right? So you got to try it.
What's the
It's like
name?
Anthony Bourdain. Nugatti.
Nugatti.
Nugatti, yeah. Yeah.
This nougat tastes different than the fruit nougat I tried earlier.
Chocolate Nugatti.
It suddenly starts raining. The vendors end their business for the day, and I'm forced to head to my next destination. I arrive in the Moselle region of southern Luxembourg, which is famous for its wine. Vineyards occupy the hills near the riverside. Every October during harvest season, this vineyard swells with green grapes after receiving abundant sunshine and just enough water from the Moselle River.
How you doing? That's good.
It's beautiful here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful landscape we have.
Yeah.
Over there we have Germany, and in between there's the Moselle River. That's the border.
Ah.
On the left side you have Luxembourg. On the right side you have Germany.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, can I see that?
Sure. If you like to go, you could follow me.
Luxembourg is famous for its quality wine, as is Germany. This room, which contained countless oak barrels, is a traditional wine cellar where wine is stored. The old and rusty oak barrels give us an idea of this room's history.
와인셀러를 처음 와서 그것도 너무 흥미로운데 이 건물들 보니까 거미줄이 다 껴있고 그래서 이게 정말 오래된 곳이구나라는 게 막 느껴져요. 뭐랄까 이 벽돌 한 장 한 장에도 와인 냄새가 다 배겨져 있는 듯한 느낌이 들어요.
Yeah, the building was built in 1872, so it's more than 140 years old now. For the moment.
140 years.
Yeah, 141.
와.
The reason Moselle wine is loved by many is due to its high-quality grapes and because it's kept at a temperature of 13 degrees inside and out all year long. Max has inherited that tradition, and for 4 generations, his family has made wine with grapes they cultivated themselves.
That's another variety. This one was Chardonnay, and here we have Pinot Blanc. Not a variety, not a grape.
How old is it?
This one is also from 2012. It's not yet finished, still in fermentation, so it's there's quite a high amount of sugar.
More sweet.
Yeah, you prefer that one, this one, because there's more sugar inside.
이게 신선한 느낌이 마치 이렇게 청포도 밭에서 청포도 이렇게 딱 따먹었을 때 어렸을 때 저희 동네 청포도가 있었거든요. 청포도 밭이 있었는데 그 생각이 쫙 나요.
Max takes me to the other side of the maze-like cellar.
Wow.
This is the oldest and most valuable wine.
This one's for you.
Wow,
as a present.
really? Wow. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
리즐링이 여기서 이 와이너리에서 가장 아름답고 맛있다고 아까 얘기해 주셨는데 그걸 선물해 주셨어요. I was very happy to be here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your visit, and I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, thank you.
And I hope you like the wine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
After experiencing the pride of Luxembourg, I leave the scent of Moselle wine behind and get back on the road. I'm off to Esch-sur-Sûre, a small northwestern town 20 minutes from Luxembourg City. I arrive in town without notice, but fortunately encounter a car at the entrance. The owner of the car is Trumer, a native of Esch-sur-Sûre. He willingly offers to be my guide to town. Eshishure is a hidden town that's not widely known. I am very lucky to visit this place.
Slightly different, huh?
My mouth immediately drops open after seeing the view. This small town surrounded by a river is Eshishure. It is one of Luxembourg's oldest places.
1000년 이상 된 마을인데 이 지역의 지형이 되게 재밌는데 이 물이 저 끝에서부터 한 바퀴 이 마을을 끼고 돌아서 저쪽으로 바깥으로 나가요. 이제 이걸 우리가 그 회룡천이라고 이 문경에도 이런 지대가 있는데 이 지구에 우리 많이 떨어진 이곳에도 이런 마을이 이런 지형이 있는 게 정말 놀랍네요.
This cute village reminds me of villages in fairy tales. I wonder how many families live here.
But we have 287 people living here. 287, yes. Not more, yes.
Wow.
Because there's not more place for to build, you know?
It's really neighbor.
Yeah. Germany, you find towns where you cannot drive in by car.
Seeing that the town is fenced in by high mountains and a river, I can understand why it's not well known to the outside world. Strume kindly offers to be my tour guide for the day. I follow him after he insists on showing me something. It doesn't even take 30 minutes to walk around the entire village, especially since the houses are built close together and there are a lot of alleys. After walking for about 10 minutes, we arrive at our destination. A whole new atmosphere greets me the moment I walk inside.
룩셈부르크에 오면 꼭 앤틱샵을 가보라고 사람들이 막 말했었는데 이 오래된 마을에 룩셈부르크에서 제일 오래된 마을에 오래된 앤틱샵에 왔어요. 와, 너무 흥분이 되는데요.
Ancient items and items that someone has treasured all their lives cover every display counter in the store. I fall into a momentary delusion that I've gone back in time.
C'est typiquement luxembourgeois. Dans des petits villages, on prend toujours les... Oui, on prend dans les petits villages les articles. Je les achète ou les gens ils ramènent. Et comme ça, on montre aussi un peu aux gens comment ce que c'est. Il fallait tourner très vite, tout le temps, comme ça. Et comme ça, le beurre dedans, ça faisait le beurre.
What an interesting item. I give it a try myself.
와, 여기에 우유를 넣고 이렇게 돌리면 버터가 된대요. 신기해라.
Fallait faire ça pendant 1 heure à peu près.
한 시간? For 1 year? For 1 hour? 한 시간이나.
That's longer than I expected. I don't think I can last that long.
시간 돌려야지 버터가 된대요.
Ça, celui-là, il a environ une centaine d'années, 100 ans à peu près, oui. Début du siècle, début 1900, comme ça.
I think for a moment how these old items can be of worth today.
이 옛날부터 내려온 이런 귀금속들은 정말 어디서도 찾을 수가 없잖아요. 이 마을 어머니들 할머니들의 역사이기도 한 것 같은데 이건 정말 어디서도 볼 수가 없는.
Perhaps that's because it is imbued with the stories and memories of their time.
prochaine fois. Hein. Au revoir.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Voilà. Et maintenant, moto. Yes, you come with me. Yes, you can sit in here.
Strumer brought his motorcycle while I was looking around the antique store. Over 3 years old, I'm sure this is Strumer's most prized possession and one that contains his own precious memories. So I decided to take a ride around town with him.
Just for fun. See? Cool, huh?
Wow.
Okay.
Very nice. Oh, very funny.
I am thankful for Strumer's kind gesture. Though the ride may be short, it is quite fun and even romantic, if I may say so.
아니 이게 너무 비현실적이에요. 이 아주 오래된 룩셈부르크의 가장 오래된 이 마을 이 풍경도 아직 적응이 덜 됐는데 이렇게 신기한 오토바이를 타게 되니까 너무 재밌네요. 또 종소리도 막 들리고 이거 완전 영화예요, 영화.
I wonder if Strumer is enjoying this as much as me.
Good, every time good. Every time? Yes. Never can be bad by bike.
I caught flashes of the town's history as we sped by. Years from now, this very moment will be an old but precious memory that will remain in my heart forever, in the way that old things tend to do. Like Luxembourg, a place that cherishes its millennial history.
Ik zag de lichten van het plein, waar het o zo leuk al zijn. Een gitarist, een acrobaat.